Have you ever stopped and wondered what it would actually take to build the next giant cinematic universe? Something on the scale of Marvel? Well, that's exactly what we're going to do today. We're diving into a really cool thought experiment. What if we gave one of India's most legendary comic book universes a full-on Marvel-style makeover? Let's get into it.
Look, we all know Marvel. From Iron Man to Spider-Man, their universe has completely changed pop culture on a global scale. But that incredible success? It's not some happy accident. It's all built on a very specific and seriously effective formula. And that's the formula we're going to break down today.
But what if, and just hear me out, what if there's another universe out there, one that's already packed with hundreds of unique characters, all rooted in deep mythology and amazing folklore, just waiting for its big moment? Well, that's what we're here to explore.
To really get this, we first need to understand the two heavyweights in the ring: the global giant, Marvel Comics, and of course, the Indian legend, Raj Comics.
So you put them side by side, right? And the core differences become super clear, almost immediately. Marvel, born in the USA, really leans into that grounded science fiction feel. But Raj Comics, which comes from India, is just steeped in mythological fantasy. And that difference totally shapes their reach. Marvel is this massive global brand, while Raj Comics has stayed this beloved but mostly local phenomenon. So, when we say we're giving something a Marvel makeover, what does that actually mean? It's way more than just cool costumes and flashy special effects. It's a whole philosophy, a way of telling stories. At its heart, the Marvel style is all about human, flawed heroes. Think about Tony Stark's massive ego, or Peter Parker constantly worrying about rent. It's also a tightly interconnected universe where everything matters. They had this amazing knack for blending huge sci-fi ideas with a reality that feels totally familiar. And it's all wrapped up in this slick, modern visual style with threats that could literally end the world. That's the secret sauce. It makes the whole thing feel both unbelievably epic and deeply personal, all at once. Okay, now let's flip the coin and look at the world of Raj Comics. This is a universe that plays by a completely different, but honestly an equally awesome set of rules. See, Raj Comics heroes, they're literally born from ancient Indian myths. Their powers don't come from some lab accident. No, they're mystical, they're supernatural. The tone can get a lot darker, even gritty at times. And the art style is just this classic, super vibrant comic book look. And the stories themselves, they're really personal to India, diving into local issues and folklore. It's a universe with its own powerful, totally distinct identity. All right, here comes the really fun part. We've got the blueprints for both universes, so let's get our hands dirty. What happens when we take that Marvel formula and apply it to the absolute icons of Raj Comics? We've got to start with the big one, right? Nagraj. He is without a doubt the most famous hero from Raj Comics, a guy who has the powers of millions of snakes living inside him. Just listen to that title, the Emperor of Snakes. It's so epic, so mythological. You couldn't ask for a more awesome starting point. So the question is, how do you take that and ground it in the Marvel style? Okay, here's the game plan. Step 1, the suit. We ditch the classic green spandex for something like a sleek biotech tactical suit that maybe helps him channel his powers. Step 2, the powers themselves. We frame his snake abilities less like magic and more like a one-of-a-kind biological mutation, and you visualize it with these jaw-dropping cinematic effects. And finally, step 3, the story. He's not just a mystical hero anymore. Now he's an international agent who finds out his powers are tied to this ancient, powerful genetic line, kind of part Captain America, part Black Panther. All right, next on the list, we've got a character who is just perfect for this kind of Marvel adaptation, Super Commando Dhruv. And this is what makes him so unbelievably cool. In a universe packed with gods and demons and all sorts of supernatural beings, Dhruv is just a man. He stands against all of it with nothing but his mind, his skills, and his guts. He's basically the Batman or the Hawkeye of the Raj Comics universe. So his transformation is pretty straightforward, but man is it powerful. Step 1, the gear. You upgrade him with a state-of-the-art tactical suit and an entire arsenal of high-tech gadgets. Step 2, his skills. You put a huge spotlight on his strategic genius and peak human conditioning. He's the guy who outthinks gods. And step 3, his story. You make him the leader of a SHIELD-type special ops team. He's the human frontline in a world of insane power. He's the anchor that keeps this whole new cinematic universe grounded. Okay, so this has been a really fun creative exercise, but there's a much, much bigger idea at play here. Why does any of this actually matter? Why is reimagining these characters in a new style so important? Because here's the absolute truth of it. Adapting the style isn't about erasing the original identity. Not at all. It's about translating it for a massive global audience that is absolutely starving for new heroes and new stories. I mean, the sheer scale of the opportunity we're talking about here is just staggering. You could go from a dedicated, super passionate, but let's be honest, a niche fandom to a potential global audience that numbers in the hundreds of millions. It's about finally giving these incredible characters the worldwide platform they absolutely deserve. So what's the ultimate prize here? Well, you get this absolute treasure trove of hundreds of new characters and stories. You get authentic cultural representation for a huge global audience that's been waiting for it. You get to inject a completely fresh mythology into the superhero genre, creating this amazing blend of ancient folklore and modern sci-fi. And that's the true potential. This isn't just about changing a comic book. It's about introducing a whole new universe that could seriously stand shoulder to shoulder with the biggest names in the game. Which leaves us with one final fascinating question. As the current superhero sagas start to wrap up, and all the big studios are desperately hunting for the next multi-billion-dollar franchise, could it be that the next great superhero revolution is already written down, just waiting for someone to discover it?